Welcome back to ciLiving. As promised, it is now time to meet today's Miller Park Zoo Animal Ambassador. Okay, Julia, who have you brought for me today?
This is Ringo. He got named that because he's a star and he eats the beetles.
Oh my goodness. And the zookeepers name the animals, right?
We do, yes. My staff got to name him and that's what we landed on, and I'm just obsessed with him.
I think that's amazing. And also, possums are great for your environment, right? Because they also eat ticks in addition to beetles, right?
They can eat 5,000 larval ticks each season. So if you have a possum in your backyard, that means you have possum food in your backyard. So keep them there. They're protecting you. They're making sure those things don't get into your house.
That's really important and good advice. So what's the difference between a possum and an opossum?
So this is an opossum. We just casually say possum, right?
Right.
But when you see the spelling different, opossums are from the Americas, and possums look different, and they're from Australia. So if you look them up, they look like different animals.
Oh, interesting. Are they related, or are they?
Yep, they're both marsupials. Ours just look a little different, more cold hardy.
Right. Well, and marsupials, kind of like kangaroos and things like that, all reproduce in a very specific way. Can you talk a little bit about possum reproduction?
I can. So these guys are marsupials, which are pouched mammals.
Okay.
And their babies are born and then develop. So
I see.
Like opposite of what humans do.
Right.
So they are born and then they go in the pouch, up to 25 of them.
Oh, wow.
And then about 5 of them survive and grow to full development, and then they hit a stage where they'll come in and out of the pouch, and then eventually when they are ready to be on their own, are ready to be independent, they will just be out on their own.
Be ready to go.
Yeah.
So can I feed Ringo?
Please,
all right.
please.
So what do? I just take a...
Grab one of those superworms or mealworms.
Okay.
And then you're gonna want to put it over here and he'll smell you. Hey, come over here.
See if he'll look toward the camera.
Come here.
Maybe not. We can try.
He smells this pillow.
So now, what is special about his tail? I see you kind of have it coiled around your hand.
I can show it to you. So he has a prehensile tail, and
that is so cute.
He gets so excited.
He gets so excited.
Yeah.
What a cute possum.
So prehensile means it's used as another limb for grasping.
Okay.
So if you think a giraffe, they have a prehensile tongue. It's used for grasping leaves. Monkeys have prehensile tails that can grab branches. He's gonna wrap around a branch, and when he's sleeping during the day, this is just gonna keep him stable and give him an extra second if he kind of wobbles off that branch to wake up before he falls.
Right. Now, speaking of wobbling or whatever, I know playing possum is something that people talk about. What is that, and is that a real thing?
It is a real thing, but they're not playing. It's a fear response. If you've ever seen like fainting goats, similar. It just happens. Juvenile possums is who do it, and they get scared, fearful, and then just like collapse.
Okay.
And it's a fearful moment where they are doing their best to survive because a lot of things won't eat something they think is dead. So with an adult possum like Ringo, he isn't ever going to play possum or do that response. He's gonna open mouth hiss or open mouth threat. They have the most teeth of any land mammal in North America.
Oh, wow.
So he has 50 very sharp teeth that he's gonna show to you, and that's gonna make you say, I don't want to mess with that animal.
Right. But he seems so docile and things like that. And I feel like maybe because they sort of have a rat-like face or something like that, I feel like there's some fear around possums. Can you talk a little bit about how sort of it's like they're not going to bother you if you don't bother them kind of scenario, right?
It is exactly that. When they see you, they're frozen. They're not moving at all, and they are taking care of all those pests in your backyard. A lot of people, like you said, are fearful of them or are worried that they carry diseases, but they have a low body temperature that makes them not able to carry rabies.
Oh, wow.
They have an incredible body system that actually makes them immune to a lot of snake venom. So there are scientists working to make sort of antivenoms from possums and the research that they've done with them, because they can withstand some 60 poisonous bites.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is so fascinating. I feel like we have so much to learn kind of from the animal kingdom. And then if somebody finds a possum that's injured, what is the best thing to do?
You can, if it's a young baby that's injured and you can take it to U of I Wildlife Center, they will do the rehabbing for you. But if it is just a young possum you see, leave it alone.
Okay.
It's probably not injured. It's just fine. We want to leave wildlife doing its wildlife thing. So if they are happy, healthy, good to go, leave them where they're at.
Right. Leave them be.
Yeah.
And what is the average lifespan of a possum?
So in the wild, they're living to be about 2 years old, but in human care, we see them doubling that to be 4 years old. And he actually just turned 2 in April.
Oh my gosh, how sweet. Do you have other possums at the zoo as well, or is he there solo?
Not that are actual residents. We do have some that we see every now and then on our night cameras, but he's the only one that we have as part of our collection.
And I've always wondered about that. We have about a minute left. What happens if there are other animals at the zoo that don't necessarily belong there? Then what?
Well, we have a certain permit that we can use to bring them to a place where they can be relocated, but those distances are set by that permit that we have. So we have some special certifications just because we are a zoo.
That makes sense because you want to keep your animals safe from wild animals, and you also want to let those wild animals continue to be wild animals.
But they are part of that community, so you can't move them very far because that's where they belong. So yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Well, it was very nice meeting you, Ringo. Thank you for being such a docile, well-behaved possum.
I think he needs another snack.
I think so too. All right, we're going to give him a snack in just a minute. But first, content segments during ciLiving were paid for today by the University of Illinois Community Credit Union and the Refinery Gym. Coming up tomorrow on ciLiving, Root Down Meditation will show you different methods for any skill level, and there are a variety of STEM classes that are coming up at the Children's Museum of Illinois. You can see how to sign your kids up for that, and also there might be some Legos involved. Plus, learn your next party trick, which has a unique twist. We have a balloon twister who's going to be on the show tomorrow. All of that and so much more is coming your way tomorrow on ciLiving. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at 3 p.m.